Hello friends, so let's begin with chapter 2 of chemistry class 10, that is acid, base and salt. So you already know that what is acid and what is base and what is salt, right? So basically acid are sour in taste and it turns blue litmus to red, and similarly base are bitter in taste and it turns red litmus to blue. For example, so here we can take example in acid, like hydrochloric acid, which are found in our stomach. There are some natural ways through which we can check whether a substance or material is acid or base. Like we can take red cabbage, turmeric, colored petals of some flowers are also used to check whether a substance is acid or base. Now, when we further move, then we will know how do acid and base reacts with metal. So, when acid reacts with metal, it gives salt plus hydrogen in gas form. Like when sulfuric acid, that is H2SO4, react with zinc, then it gives zinc sulfate, that is ZnSO4 plus hydrogen in the form of gas, right? Similarly, when base react with a metal, then also it gives salt plus hydrogen in the form of gas. Like sodium hydroxide plus zinc, when react, then it gives Na2ZnO2 plus H2. Similarly, मेटल कार्बोनेट्स एंड मेटल हाइड्रोजन जब एसिड के साथ रिएक्ट करेगा तो व्हाट इट विल गिव. सो व्हेन मेटल कार्बोनेट और मेटल हाइड्रोजन कार्बोनेट एसिड के साथ रिएक्ट करता है देन इट गिव्स साल्ट प्लस CO2 दैट इज कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एंड वाटर. ओके, सो इफ यू टेक अ मेटल कार्बोनेट दैट इज सोडियम कार्बोनेट देन इट रिएक्ट विथ हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड देन इट गिव्स साल्ट दैट इज NaCl प्लस वाटर प्लस CO2 इन गैस फॉर्म. Similarly, when we react metal hydrogen carbonate, that is sodium bicarbonate, with HCl, then it gives salt plus water plus H2O. Now comes that how do acid and base react and what are the products. So when acid plus base, when these two reacts, then we get salt plus water. Like when HCl react with sodium hydroxide, then we get salt plus water, that is NaCl plus H2O. Similarly, when acid reacts with metal oxides, then we get salt plus water. And for example, if we react copper oxide with hydrochloric acid, then we get copper chloride plus water, which is a salt. When base react with non-metal oxide, right? So when non-metal oxide react with base, it gives salt plus water. That is when like non-metal oxide CO2 react with base, that is calcium hydroxide, then we get calcium carbonate. This is calcium carbonate and water, right? Similarly, when acid or base react with water solution, then what we get? So when hydrochloric acid is reacted with water solution, then we get H3O plus and as a separate element chlorine. This is written as H3O plus because hydrogen ion cannot exist alone. That's why H2O plus H plus we get H3O plus. Similarly, when base react with water, what happen? Like NaOH, when water reacts, then we get Na plus plus hydroxide. Okay. Similarly, potassium hydroxide को जब वाटर में मिलाएंगे तो we get potassium ion plus hydroxide ion. There are some bases which are soluble in water. So the bases which are soluble in water is called alkaline. Bases which are soluble in water is called alkaline. Now, when we react acid or base with water, then it is highly exothermic. So here exothermic means heat is released when acid or base react with water. Okay? Like mixing of water with acid or base result in decrease in concentration of, and other is when water is mixed with acid or base, it decreases the concentration of ions, right? And this process is called dilution. That is decrease in the concentration of ions is called dilution, right? Now we will know how we will check that or how we will define कि acid कितना strong है या फिर base कितना strong है या weak है. Okay. So this is called pH scale, this figure. So how a substance or molecules or compound is acid or base, we measure it on pH scale, right? So 7 means neutral, that is it is neither acidic nor basic. For example, pure water is a neutral, that is a pH of pure water is 7. When we move right of pH scale, that is 7, 8, 9, 10, like 14. So when we move right of pH scale, then the basic nature of solution increases. That is when we reach 14, then the solution is very alkaline. For example, sodium hydroxide, this is very alkaline. And when we move left of this 7, then the substance, the solution become acidic. And when we reach near 0, then it is very acidic, like concentrated sulfuric acid or hydrochloric acid. These all are very acidic in nature. What it means, when we say that it is very acidic in nature, it means H plus ion is increasing. And when we move right towards 7, it means OH minus ion, that is hydroxide ion, is increasing. Our body works within pH range of 7 to 7.8, that is basic nature. However, our stomach contains hydrochloric acid, and acetone is acidic in nature. Similarly, some stuff that we use like vinegar, it is acetic acid, it has acetic acid. Orange, which we eat, it has citric acid. Tamarind, it has tartaric acid. Tamarind, that is imli, right? Tomato has oxalic acid. Curd has lactic acid. Lemon has citric acid, and antustine has methanoic acid. So this is all about acid, base, and salt. Actually, it's a quick revision, so you can have it. Thank you.